What is up, guys? California Phantom. I am at the beautiful Bartholomew Park in Elk Grove, California, here with the Autel Evo II Pro. This is the 6K 1-inch variant coming right at you. Let's talk about it. All right, first things first, let's get the technical stuff out of the way. I am in no way affiliated with Autel Robotics. They did not send me this unit. I am not being paid to review this unit. I'm going to give you always 100% my honest review, my honest opinion, and that's all I got to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
Right off the bat, we could see the lineage from the Evo 1 in this Evo 2. It has the same basic Baywatch rescue buoy. Now, this is not the same size as the Evo 1. I'm sure many of you already know that out there. This is a significantly heftier drone. I would actually put this on par with the Phantom 4 in weight. The spacing on the motors are actually the same, very, very close to the same distance as the Phantom 4, so it does have a very large footprint as far as when the legs are extended. But that really just translates into very stable flight. And the 360 obstacle avoidance, while it's a awesome thing to have for a new pilot, somebody that's investing this kind of money in, I think the fact that this drone is limited to 22 miles an hour with the 360 obstacle avoidance and the sensitivity of the obstacle avoidance actually puts a hurt on this. Now, I've never really had an issue with crashing drones. I've had a power failure with the Phantom 4, which is on my channel. I'll post it somewhere up there. Accidents do happen with the drone, but generally speaking, if you're practicing all the safety features, you really don't have to worry about crashing this drone unless you're taking undue risk. Now, risk is a risk-reward type situation with flying these drones. A lot of people love the close, tight shots, but a lot of these things, like this has a tripod mode similar to DJI that'll allow you to fly in close, fly in tight, and the obstacle sensors are not going to give you as much problem as they do on the regular normal mode. Now, having flown this drone for several hours, I can say that I am enjoying this drone more than I've enjoyed any drone before. The flight characteristics, the distance, I had no signal issues whatsoever. I went to the furthest points of line of sight and had absolutely no trouble. I've been sitting in this metal tin roof, taking it out as far as I can possibly see it, no signal issues whatsoever. If it's gonna give me any issues, it's gonna give me it with this heavy Wi-Fi all around this park and the fact that I'm sitting in this tin roof enclosure. I should have had issues. I would have had issues had this been the Evo 1 or had this been a DJI drone. I certainly have had issues with the Mavic 1 with this, as well as my Mavic Mini. Haven't flown the Mavic 2 Pro since it first came out, and I got a test review unit and things didn't go out too well. I didn't really give it favorable reviews, so didn't really fly much more of that, but this Evo 2 is phenomenal. The immediate thing I had to say is that I do a lot of commercial stuff with the Phantom 4 Pro still to this day, and I noticed that doing manual orbits around a structure with the Evo 2 proved easier to keep consistent, steady level flight than even my Phantom 4 Pros. Now, you 4 Pro adopters out there, or you Mavic 2 Pros, which I'm sure is about the same as far as flight characteristics, it's actually easier to do a manual orbit with the Evo 2 Pro than it is to do with those other two drones. Weird things that I don't necessarily like about this. Once it gets about 7 feet off the ground, it wants to land. If those sensors are on, the obstacle avoidance sensors are on, it's going to want to land no matter if you're over water, if you're over grass. It doesn't really matter. I'd say 7 feet or less. You know, I've got a few times where I gotten as low as 4 feet before it went into the auto land feature, but when I turned the obstacle avoidance off, I felt like I had more control over the drone automatic landing versus it hovering very, very low without landing. It may just be that I've not been able to adjust the particular landing features. Maybe there's a mode on there I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you do know what's up, but that's definitely a con for me. And for all you guys have been asking, I know you guys have been asking a lot, how the hell do I get this Gimbal Guard on? Because it is a little funky, I'll explain it to you. It's really, really simple. You have two clips. You have a clip here and you have a clip here. Because I'm left-handed, I like to start and end on the left side. So you guys probably do the same thing if you're right-handed on the right side. But basically all I do is I take my thumb on one clip, take my index finger on the other, and I push on this, my thumb side clip to release it, and then I lift up and it comes right out. Now, putting the gimbal back on is the same exact process. Find this clip first, then snap the thumb one in place. So slide the gimbal back over the camera, find that clip. Now I have just this clip open, exposed. I don't know if you guys can see that, but then I just push that in and it's in. And then make sure this back part sits in as well, and you're good to go. I mean, I could do this over and over again without any problems. I don't feel like I'm stressing the gimbal or any of the features on there. They don't feel like it or make any sound, so I can only assume that what I'm doing when I apply that Gimbal Guard is the proper way to do it, the quickest way to do it. If you got a better idea, again, leave a comment down below. I'd always love to hear from you guys. So to keep things streamlined as far as measuring how much flight time this has, I simply recorded the moment I took off and stopped recording the moment I landed. And all in all, both drones got 28 minutes, and a lot of the time I was in sport mode. I was doing a lot of dropping and rising, so I'm sure that's part of the 28-minute window, but I got a little over 28 minutes on 2 batteries, and I think that's remarkable. I mean, based on the price, the capability of this drone, I'm more than enough happy with 28 minutes of flight time per battery. As Original Dobo has suggested, I really like the fact that they went with a matte or a flat finish on this. On the Evo 1, you get a lot of little micro abrasions, small scratches, and that was kind of a pain in the ass. I like the fact that they went to the matte because I've been handling it a lot, and I haven't had any issues as far as fingerprints or scratches of any kind. I would like to see in the future them make maybe a different color variant. It doesn't necessarily have to be a black drone, but certainly a different color would be nice. I know their thing is orange, and I respect the drip.
Okay guys, I've been working on this outfit for some time now, and my stepmom Karen says I'm not allowed to wear it out tonight. I mean, like, respect the drip, Karen.
But you know, variety's the spice of life, and I think that they'd end up selling more drones if they offered drones in different colors. Now, something I noticed on my rugged bundle is there was a slot reserved for a smart controller. I know a lot of people out there are starting to get the DJI Crystal Skies and the Lifthor tablet mounts to sort of, you know, Mickey Mouse a way to use a smart tablet, a high nits, high bright screen with the Evo 2, and it's certainly something I'm considering because I will be using this for 107 work, and my iPhone does not cut it. I have an 11 Pro Max, and I would say within one battery, 30 minutes of flight, I was already having dimming of the screen on my iPhone, and the heat issue's always been a problem with Apple products and these drones. And so if you can use a tablet, a dedicated tablet, I definitely recommend it. I just don't know whether or not this kind of goes into the whole Autel silence sort of thing. Is I don't know when they're going to have that smart controller, or if they're going to have that smart controller. I know they have the intention of having a smart controller, but we haven't seen it yet. We haven't heard it teased. We know it exists. We know they have the idea they want to, because in these rugged bundles, there's a slot reserved for one. Whether or not we'll see one, that's left to be seen. The jerky movements are still present, like in the Evo 1, but I have to say it is a great relief if you could get past the jerkiness of when you create a stick input and let go. It's not like the DJI systems where they sort of lumber to a stop. These stop, okay? So I would be hard-pressed to believe, and it's something I might look into actually doing, is comparing the stopping distance of a drone like this against the DJI product, because this certainly jerks a lot more violently, but it stops on a dime. And I have to say, I appreciate that. When you want the drone to stop, you want it to stop right there on the spot. So as long as these props hold up to that force over and over again, that repeated force, there really shouldn't be any issues. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe to me if you haven't already. Drop me a comment down below letting me know what you think about the Evo 2 6K Pro. Maybe you're on the fence with the 8K or the 6K Pro model. I'd always love hearing from you guys. We'll catch you on the next adventure.
Hey.